Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a fairly long time since I have recorded and I apologize. Please forgive my not posting. I actually had some health issues and I had to undergo a trial spinal cord stimulator and then have the official stimulator installed. And so I'm currently recovering about a week out after the big install. And so I've had a hard time sitting. And so I haven't really been able to craft. And crafting is my therapy. If you know me, you know this is how I keep my sanity. So what I was doing in the meantime for the 5 or 10 minutes that I could sit was learning something new. And it involved UV resin. I have always resisted resin, thinking it was extremely high maintenance. And then I was doing some keychains, decided I wanted to seal them, did some research, and fell down the rabbit hole of UV resin. So today we are going to make some UV resin pieces, but we're actually going to be using some different powders on the back of the pieces. So I have these little molds that I'm going to use, and we're going to fill them up with some UV resin. We're going to cure it. I have a little UV lamp here that I got a little kit, and the UV lamp that came with the kit actually started kind of blinking, so I didn't want to have to deal with anything malfunctioning. So I went and bought that little guy. It was really affordable. It was $10 on Amazon. Perfect. So we've got these little molds that I got off of Temu. And I also got these, they called these aurora powders, and you can find them in like the nail art. So I'm gonna try and bring these up. So they are kind of like a white, oh, the camera's picking this up. Amazing. So they're kind of like a white powder. When I open them up, you'll see. But on the lids, you can tell we have a silver, we have a gold, we have a green, a purple, like a red, pinkish red type, and this is a blue. So we have those. This cost me $1.98 on Temu. I do not know how much powder is in here. I don't think there's very much. Maybe half a gram, and that might be like half a gram of each color, and that might be generous, but Temu did not say how much is in each thing. Then I'm also going to be testing, this is also a little earring mold. I don't remember where I got this, but you can find them pretty much anywhere. This might have been another Temu, or it might have been Amazon, but anyways, this mold we're going to try these. I got these at the Dollar Tree. They were $3 for 4 colors. They're calling these chameleon powders, and each little jar has 1 gram of powder. So on the lids, they state this is a blue, green, gold. This is a gold, blue, or sorry, gold, red, purple. This one is a red, purple, blue, and a green, gold, red. So we're going to test these powders out. Now, so they call these chameleon powders. Let me show you something. On Temu, I actually bought a chameleon powder, and it's the blue, purple, red. And I actually made this ring out of it, and it does change colors. This ring right here. It's really pretty. And then I went and bought the Let's Resin brand chameleon powders, and it came with 4 colors. But I just want to kind of show you the chameleon powders, even the Temu chameleon powders. They're fairly, well, not fairly, when you open them up. Let me open this away from any molds. You can see that, oh, well, that wasn't a good example because there's a lid on. Let me do this. It's virtually the same. So you can see the powder is opaque. You can't really see through the powder. However, on these chameleon powders from the Dollar Tree, oh, they have little tape. If I had known that, I would have taken that off before I started filming. Oh well. Let's see, can I? Well, I will have to fast forward through all this. Okay, got it off. So the gold, red, purple, let me just kind of show you. So it is like a white powderish. So it doesn't really have a lot of color to it versus the chameleon powders. Like the one I showed you, this is the plum color in here. So the powder was very opaque. This is almost just white with effects, which is very similar to the Aurora powders from Temu. They're white. Let me show you even this purple. It looks white. So that's why I'm going to compare the Aurora nail powders with the chameleon powders, because I really don't think these are true chameleon powders in the sense that I'm used to working with. So today we're going to fill these up with UV resin. We're going to cure them, and then we're going to put everything back on. Or let me try this again. We're going to cure it. We're going to put this on the back, and then we're also going to put another layer on top of that. So I'm going to take this tape off, and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back, and I have all of the tape pulled off of these guys. So I'm going to take this off to the side, and we're going to start filling up our molds with some resin. So what I have here is the UV resin. This is the clear hard type. What I like about UV resin is you pretty much have unlimited work time with it, unless it is exposed to UV rays. So if you're working in a sunny room, it can start curing this. So make sure that you draw your blinds or you have your shades closed, whatnot. If you are, I hate it when it does this. Sometimes the UV resin gets a little happy and it won't quite stop dripping the way I want it to. So one of your best friends when you're working with resin is definitely paper towels, and also I need to grab some gloves real quick. I need to give a disclaimer. When you're working with resin, it can be toxic. So you do want to make sure that you're wearing proper protection that you feel comfortable wearing. They recommend a mask and gloves. I will say, especially with this resin, I do not notice an odor. I did try a different brand. I'll go ahead and tell you, I tried J. Diction brand in their equivalent to this type, the clear hard type. I think it was their classic. And oh, the smell was horrific. And I could notice it. It really bothered me. So I went back to Let's Resin, and I can't smell it. I am choosing not to wear a mask. That is my choice. I am telling you to be safe. And if you want to be completely 100% protected, make sure you're wearing gloves and wear a mask. Okay, done with my spiel. So now we have a little bit. The reason I poured the UV resin into this cup is these are very small channels that I'm going to be putting this UV resin into. So I kind of want a little more control than just taking it straight up out of the bottle. So I can kind of help the UV resin along, and just gently just kind of scoop some in. We don't want to fill this up absolutely all the way, because we are going to want to put a backing on this. So when you're working with Aurora powders, chameleon powders, any of these types of even mica powders, they're going to have the most effect with black on the background. However, it doesn't mean that you need to do that. Nail artists also like to put like a white color on the back. So I'm going to show you, we're going to do both. So I just want to, I also like pouring the UV resin into the cup because, as I said, it doesn't start curing until you expose it to UV light. So what I can do is, if I pour too much into the cup and I have an overage, I can just put it right back in the bottle and I don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I am going to say those are fairly even. Remember, my crafts are perfectly imperfect, so if you're not a fan of how I do things, you do it your way. I'm just showing you my technique. Now, I did kind of, I will link a video that gave me inspiration to use the Aurora powders, and so I ordered them before I even found out that the Dollar Tree carried something similar. I watched a video from Daniel Cooper, and if you look him up, DanielCooper, I will try to link his channel down below, or the video I watched, and it was really cool what he did, and he has some really cool videos, so I really do like to draw inspiration and also give the artist credit who inspired me, because I did not make this whole technique up of putting powders into your molds or into your resin. I'm just a follower. And we're just gonna do a little more, and that might be too much, but I will say you get a minimal amount of shrinkage with UV resin. Certain kinds may not treat you as well as the Let's resin. UV resin is more expensive, but it's definitely because you get what you want when you want it. So you're not waiting 24 hours like you are with regular resin. You're just, you just cure it in the light, and you get to see like almost immediately. It's instant gratification. I think we can all agree we like that. Okay, so it's gonna take me a little bit of time to fill these, but I'm gonna go as fast as I can without messing anything up. I'm going to show you how I do it, and then I might just pause y'all while I finish up, at least filling up the other molds, so you don't have to sit there and watch me do that. Now these molds have a little peg in them already, right up in here. You may see me working around it with my stylus here, or my little dotting tool. Those are just kind of built-in earring holders, or earring holes for your findings or jump rings or whatever you want to do. So I am planning on trying to make earrings today out of what we test. Why not? So with UV resin, you might find that you're getting bubbles when you pour. Here's what you can do. First, let me just make sure I got enough in here. I feel like, all right. I feel like that might be too much, but that's all right. Okay. Put this over here for a moment. Now, you might tell there's a little bubble right there. I'm going to try and bring it to the surface. If I can't pop it with my dotting tool, I'm going to try and bring it as close to the surface as I can. And I'm going to try and go around these inner parts. Oh, I'm sorry if you guys are getting my head. I did not mean that. You might get air bubbles that like to congregate in the edges. So you're going to break up those little meetings. You're going to be the party pooper and tell them party's over. And if they don't listen, then you're going to bring out the big guns. And you're going to tell those bubbles who's boss by using a long neck lighter. Some people may say use a torch. I do not use torches. And as long as you're not using alcohol inks in your stuff, which alcohol inks and UV resin don't mix, but if you're using regular resin and alcohol inks, don't do this. Do not use a long neck lighter. You're going to set things on fire. So the cool thing about these long neck lighters is the flames are your best friend when trying to get bubbles out. And there is something else in here. What is down there? Oh, that's on my mold. Okay, well. All right. Looks like I have something on my mold. I may not have cleaned it off well. We'll see if it comes through the final product here. So now that I have this, I'm going to set it off to the side and give it a chance for any more bubbles to rise. And then I'm going to continue filling things up. So I'll be right back. All right, so I have filled up enough cavities for all 6 of the aurora powders, and then for these 4 earrings, we're going to try the Dollar Tree. Now there are some massive bubbles right here. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see those bubbles right there? There's like 2 huge ones. They are literally going to go away like that. That's why you want the long neck lighters, because they will allow you to pop the bubbles without ruining your mold, as long as you are moving your flame around responsibly. You aren't having it sit in one area for too long. Okay, so now I am going to pop these into my UV lamp, and we're going to cure them about 90 seconds. So I'm going to start that. Take this off. Let's see. I'm still trying to get used to this new light. So while that's going for 90 seconds, I'm going to let these rest, because if you do let your resin rest for a few minutes, any bubbles that might be there will rise to the top. And UV resin is self-leveling, so you can, if you let it just sit for a few minutes, you're good. So now while the UV light is on over there, it can't reach my product here. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to show you, we're just going to start mixing up what we're going to need for the backings of our pieces. So we're going to just mix up a few colors. I'm going to mix up a white, and then I'm going to mix up a black. So I have 2 little silicone cups here. And I found if you squeeze your bottle for too hard, too long, in a certain position, it's hard to get the liquid back, like to stop flowing. And so I'm still learning how to treat my bottles with respect so that they don't keep doing what this one's doing. Let's actually try and put a little more. We'll let it get a little more angry and spurt out. Okay. I'm going to use a little paper towel to get any excess off. All right. Okay. So my lamp just turned off. Let's bring these over. Let's see. Yep, they feel hard. So that only took 90 seconds. So now I'm going to do these 2. Let me make sure I don't see any bubbles. Okay. Let me turn that on. I'm only going to do one at a time. That's fine. I'll just have one kind of sitting outside. All right. So this is how we're going to make our background. We've got our black and white UV nail polish, UV gel polish. UV resin is very picky on the colors or the additions you can put into it. So you have to keep UV resin translucent enough for the light to go through it. So using certain additives they just don't always work well. So alcohol inks, alcohol and UV resin do not like each other. They have a horrible relationship. They just need to stop seeing each other. pigments like liquid pigment resins, you want to make sure that they're UV tolerant, because sometimes you can color your UV with a resin pigment and it will actually lose its color and it will turn a completely different color when exposed to the UV light. So what I like to use are these UV gel polishes. I think I got them for like $3 or $4 on Amazon each. Completely affordable in my opinion. So what you want to do is start mixing. You can always add more. It's really hard to take out. It's virtually impossible. So think of that as you're mixing. All right, and I got one guy done. Let me grab the other guy and we will put him in there. All right, so while the last one is curing, so this is nice and cured, this is all hardened up. Look at that. 90 seconds is all it took. And if you're used to working with regular resin, then you know that can take 24 hours to cure, or at least 12 hours to take out of the mold, and it's usually still bendy. So I'm okay with this. It's still a little translucent, and one way to tell is look at your tool, grab some, look at your tool. Can you see the metal through it? And I can, so that's not too thick. So I'm happy with that. Let that sit off to the side. Let me wipe this off. Now I like to keep a little pump jar here full of alcohol off to the side, because even though alcohol and UV resin don't mix, it's a great way to clean your tools. It's just a couple pumps of alcohol and now you have a fresh tool. All right, now let's go ahead and stir up our black. And while you're stirring, you can introduce bubbles. So just be mindful of that. Just kind of the air bubbles. Keep your lighter handy. You can even try to pop some in these little silicone bowls with your lighter before. Yeah, I'm happy with that black. Okay. So this would be fairly easy to clean up if I needed to. As far as or not clean up, if I need to make more, it's super easy. So I'm going to set those off to the side, and now we are going to work on our powders. So I have a little cheat sheet here of where everything goes, just so that I know what I'm putting on and where it's going, so when we finish it, we'll be fine. So now these smaller pieces, I like to use a little micro brush here to put your powder on. So we're going to go with the blue, green, gold for these bars up here. So I'm just going to tap that down. Now, if these are anything like other mica powders, they, well, let's just hope that they stay in their lane and don't jump, the powder itself doesn't jump onto other pieces. So maybe I'll just cover it, because these things are like static electricity extraordinaire. What you want to do is you really just kind of want to work these in. Like, you're going to get extra stuff, and that's okay, but you really just want to work stuff in. Okay. My computer timed out, so just a second, because I need to be able to see my screen so that I make sure you guys are seeing what you need to see. All right, perfect. Now I'm back. So this one is the blue, green, gold. And hopefully when we back them and demold them, you'll be able to say, oh yeah, I can see the blue, green, gold. And you just want to work this in. All right, so I'm just going to lay this down. The one thing I love about these little micro brushes is they're super affordable on Amazon. You get a ton for just a few bucks. I think I got 600 of them for like $4.99. I just happened to be lucky and found one on a deal. So if you can't find them for that price, keep I think they're normally $5 or $6 anyway, so it's not too bad. All right. I feel like stuff is just going to be, it is what it is, right? So let me blow this off. And, all right, it's still not covering as much as I was hoping it would. So let's put more on here. I might have cured the UV resin too much. Sometimes if you just cure it for a little bit, you'll get, it'll stay tacky until you finish curing it, and maybe keeping it tacky might have held the color on it a little bit better. But that's okay. We're still gonna go forward. Who knows? Who knows if these Dollar Tree things work? So they could react completely different than the chameleon powders I'm used to working with. All right, I'm gonna blow this off. Again, I don't even see like there's anything on there. I blow it off and it all goes away. So let's stop blowing it off. I'm just gonna leave it in here. I don't know. So far, could be operator error, but let's see. All right, let's just let that sit. Wipe this off. Go in here. And the next color we want to do is the gold, red, and purple. We're going to do that on these teardrops. Let's see how these go. Ooh, can you guys see that? Oh, okay, hold up. Let's get it in here. You know what? I'm just going to dab. Now, here's the thing. I know with regular mica powders and chameleon powders, it has been my experience that the extra fluff will kind of float with the resin to the back. So the reason, and some people don't like that effect. I am just gonna see, since these are gonna be earrings, you won't really see the back that much, honestly. So I'm not gonna be a perfectionist. And I'm just going to kind of build this up. So I am interested to see what the Temu powders are going to do compared to these. I have seen other YouTube artists use the Aurora nail powders, like I said, Daniel Cooper. Although I don't think he got his off Temu. I'm pretty sure he probably got them off Amazon, or I'm not sure, since he is in the UK. I don't know. He may have different, he probably has, I know he has different shopping options than we do, and Amazon is different in his area. All right, the next one we're going to do is the green, gold, red, and we're going to do that on these earrings. I called them the geodes. I don't know if that's the right term for this shape, but it's all right. Okay, so this is the green, gold, red. So far, I'm definitely seeing some red. All right. Oh, that's a lot. Okay, Amy, you got crazy there. Okay, I have no idea why I just like poured half the jar into this one thing. Goodness gracious. Okay. Still not happy with the adherence, but again, that could be just me, and this, my new UV lamp cures a lot differently than the lamp that came with my kit. As far as I feel like this one has more power. And it might be, I think it's a 56 watt, so it might be. Red, purple, and blue, this is going on the traps. It's going on the trapezoids. Oh, already. I am a sucker for anything like purple, blue. I call them peacock colors, like purple, green, blues. I love those color combinations together. In fact, my wedding was peacock colors, so it's no secret I love those. So even though this has some red in it, the purple and blue, oh, I can't wait. All right, I am seeing such a buildup of powder here. We're gonna see what happens when I put that UV resin on. I mean, because you can just try to work these in and work these in and work these in, and they just don't want to stay on the resin. It just feels like it's wiping right off. And maybe it's my tool. Might have to come back to figure that out, but today's not the day. All right, let's put these off to the side and let's go ahead, and I'm gonna switch tools anyways. Let's use one of these little makeup sponges. So we'll put those off to the side, and now I am going to do the same thing. We're gonna cover these up. So first, let's see, let's do the silver. Okay. So, all right, the silver is the small squares. So on my notepad, it said put silver on the small squares. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay. I think using the sponge is helping. Maybe I should use sponge for the other one. Okay, go like this. Okay, now we have our silver. Put on the small squares. Then the gold is going to go on the teardrops. So let me just kind of wipe this off. So now, gold. Ooh, that was hard to open. He's gonna go on the teardrops. And it's a trick of the light too on these, trying to see like where stuff goes. You may look at it and go, oh, there's a bare spot, and then you move it in the light and there's not a bare spot. So just know sometimes these powders can be a little bit of an optical illusion. Already I am completely kicking myself for not using these makeup sponges on these. I think, well, you know what? Maybe I'll go back over it when I'm done with these. Okay, got those. That's done. Now the next one is green. So we are going to put, oh, come on. Oh, shoot. There we go. So now we're going to use a little green, and the green is going to go on these little, I don't know what they're called. It's like a rectangle with faceted edges. Don't come after me at not knowing my shape names. Like I said, to be fair, I am recovering from surgery. I'm gonna milk that as much as I can. I deserve it. All right, so we've got some green, and we'll do the green over here. A little more. Really work it in. Okay, happy with that. Then the hearts, or no, sorry, yes, the hearts are going to be this blue. Oh, I got this powder everywhere. All right. Ooh, this is like almost like a teal. Ooh, I like it. You guys, can you see that? It's very similar to that green. Okay, so now we got that. Let me do the heart over here. Oh yeah, these sponges, quick work. Again, super cheap. Amazon, I think I bought a huge bulk of like 100 or something for $2 or $3. Telling you, look for the deals. They're out there. Okay, the next one is going to be the red, and that's going to go on the ovals. So I've just been using the same little sponge thing. I don't hate how this is coming out. All right. Ooh, this is red. It's got some purplies coming out, I think. It says, I don't know. Well, it doesn't say a color, to be fair. To be fair, I am assuming just by staring at these colors that this is what they're looking like. But as I apply them, as I said, never used them. It's the first time. Let's try patting. All right. I'm actually quite happy with that. Last one is going to be those big squares, and we are going to use this. I think I said this was purple, so let's see what it looks like. It's like a purpley blue, I think. You kind of see what they look like just based off of what the silicone mold is turning, you know, that color. Oh, I love these powders. So I don't want to immediately say the Temu is winning, because I think it's only fair that I didn't use the same tools to apply these powders on the same molds. So I don't want to say I love Temu just straight out the gate from how they're applying, because that was my fault. So let me just take this. See if we can work it in. I mean, I got a lot in here. But it's not even sticking to the mold like these are. So, and it definitely feels like the sponges are just taking off all of that color. I don't know, guys. I'm not impressed with these. They might work better if I mix them in the resin. But as far as, I don't know. I don't care that I even mix the colors. I really don't care. Okay. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and back these now. I know this is a long video. I appreciate you guys hanging in here with me. Let's see. Let's do the white. And this is where you definitely want to be careful and just kind of, I'm going to try and drop. A little bit faster than that. I got places to be. Yeah, right. I got a recliner to go sit in. That's about the extent of my days for a little while. Yes, I need to walk and all that good stuff, and I'm doing that. But I also can't bend or twist or lift, and sitting upright. I only have a few settings on my stimulator right now, on the spinal cord stimulator. So I'm trying to be careful because I'm not getting full pain relief yet, but it is helping. It is helping. All right, I'm trying not to scrape underneath this white, the commune powders, because you can see those marks after it cures. There is a chance. So I'm trying not to scrape them. All right. Let's make sure the white goes all the way up and around that pig. If you end up closing up that pig hole, it's okay. We can drill it. very easy. Just a little tiny hand drill, super inexpensive if you don't have like a Dremel or something like that. So let's do. If you are working in a warm room, you have a chance of your your resin might be a little runnier than you're used to, and that's okay too. Just know that there are little factors. Even with UV resin, there are some factors. Humidity can affect things. So yes, even though I say it's much lower maintenance than resin, regular resin like 2-part epoxy, it still has its limitations that you have to kind of respect. Oh, see, there's a whole bunch that just lifted up, but it's okay. Oh, I overfilled that. Oh no. Oh no. All right, I overfilled that. Hold on. That's okay. I'm going to show you what you can do. We can either leave it, because honestly, they're going to be earrings, so I'm not really that bummed if the back is funky. What you can end up doing is filing off these little sides. Whoa, Amy, you got crazy. Hold on. You know what? Yeah, I'll show you guys what to do if that happens. You can fix it. Although, all right, what you can do is take a little popsicle stick, try to kind of get it on the stick and just kind of swirl it out. Okay. Same on this side. And I know I'm touching it with my stick. It's all right. All right, that's better. That's better. Now, I didn't have enough white for those, so let's just back this in black. Let me wipe off my tool. And we might have to make up more. So what we're gonna do, I'll come back after. I'm gonna pause you guys. You don't have to sit through all this, and we'll come back with this. Just a moment. All right, I am back. So I had to make up a little bit more of extra black and white. But I still had some left in the cup, so I just poured them both into this little guy. I might have messed them up. I did a little swirl. We'll see how that comes out. It's an experiment. I don't want to waste. There we go. Now, this one has been sitting for a bit, and I noticed some bubbles rose up, so we're just gonna hit it with a lighter. It's okay with these nail powders. Those are not gonna mess things up. One more thing I forgot to mention when you're using your heat is that it can change the viscosity of your resin. So it can make your resin very loose all of a sudden. So FYI. So we're gonna throw these into my light here. Okay, I don't have to worry about anything curing. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on, and we're gonna start curing our pieces, and then we'll demold them. So with UV resin, like I said, give us some time for all the bubbles to come up. And then with your cups, how to clean them is you just pop them under the light. It will cure what's left of these. It will cure it right up, and you can just peel them right out of the cup. Very easy. All right, this is already a longer video than I wanted it to be. So I wanted to come back in and show you guys what things look like before I put them in the UV. So now I'm gonna finish up. It's only gonna take me about 5 minutes or so, but I'll be right back. Just cutting down on the video time. I'm not doing any crazy stuff off camera. So be right back. All right, guys. So one of the things I wanted to mention to you is after you cure them, your pieces, flip them upside down and cure them from the underside. And what that will help do is, especially with the UV resin, let's say because we used a black on here, it will help kind of cure anything underneath. I don't want to flip them over right now, but for example, here's these cups. I put them in my UV and literally, look at that, guys. This is how easy it is to clean up. So I also put my cups upside down. I ran them once, right side up and then upside down, and I will finish cleaning those later. Just a tip, if you really want to get your cups really extra clean, Scotch tape will also pick up any of these little bits of resin if you don't want to pick them all off. Scotch tape is amazing. It also will help pick up mica powder, like right here. It'll help pick up glitter. It's amazing. All right, so it's time to demold. All right, guys. Well, let's go ahead and just do the ones I don't think are gonna look very good. So that's the dollar store ones. So first we have these little pendant bars. Let me make sure, is it sticky on the sides? Nope, it's good. The pendant bars were with the blue, green, gold. And yeah, like I thought, you're not really gonna see hardly any color. Blue, green, gold, yeah, that's not what I think came out. All right, gold, red, purple for the teardrops. Okay, that's a little better. Can you see? I don't even think the camera can pick up. Oh man, you cannot see it in the camera. Well, there you go. Little tiny flash here on the left. Little flash of pink, purple. Oh, okay, not fun. But I did want to show you guys, if you do end up overfilling a piece, you can get a little hand drill. Amazon sells them, Temu sells them, and it's just as simple as that. That's how no big deal. I got that hole still. So these aren't like completely a loss. I'm just not happy with how the powder came out. You can also, I grabbed a pack of glass nail files that I use just for my pieces. And then if there's any overage, like spillage of your resin, you can just run a little bit of your emery board or your glass nail file, and it'll take care of any rough edges that you might have gotten from your oil overspill. All right, so enough about that. Let's go to the geode ones, which are green, gold, and red. And it could be these aren't looking very shiny because of the, I put white on the back of these. So if you guys saw what happened, there was a big overhang piece that I had overfilled. So I just wanted to get that off. And again, I accidentally closed the hole, so just use my little drill. Simple as that. I also have like a flex shaft Dremel drill that my husband bought me that I love to use, but this is just right here. So if you see there's some overage there, looks like this little tag. So that's what I'm using the glass nail file to just help get that edge off. So as you can see, a nail file, for me, I like the glass ones because I can sanitize them, clean them a lot easier than regular, and they'll last longer, so less crap going in our landfills. All right, then we have our red, purple, and blue. And these have the black backing on them. So actually that doesn't look terrible. I mean, yes, it has some overhang on the sides that I'll get rid of, but as you can kind of see, there's some shininess to it. So the red, purple, blue with the black backing. All right, let's bring in the Temu Aurora powders. So I want to just go ahead and get the other white backing out of the way. Let's do the big squares. So these were done with purple. Again, I think it's the white. You can see kind of a flash of yellow. Do you see that? Ooh, okay. I just have to clean those up a little bit, but like I said, and I showed you earlier, those are really easy to clean up. So you know what, let me put these up here. I mean, obviously these dollar store ones aren't terrible, but maybe I just needed to put a black backing on them. So I'm not going to give up yet. I mean, for $3, am I mad? No, I paid $10 for the Let's Resin set of 4. So $2.50 a piece roundabout. I think I got it on sale and paid $9, but whatever. So I guess, you know, it's still a better price, but not as good of an effect. Okay, that was just the leftover UV resin, and we made a really cool, like, black and white. I think I need to put this under the UV a little bit longer because this is pretty much color and it feels a little squishy in the middle. So I'm just gonna do that. All right, so here we have the squares. Next one, let's do the small squares, which were silver with a black backing. Oh, oh, goodness gracious. Hold on, this is so worth fixing. Hold up, hold up. Okay, got that down. And so you guys can just kind of see what I'm doing. Oh, all right, I'm gonna have to really fix this up later. So that is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Okay, I think I'm just gonna have to do black backings from now on. You're just gonna, I think you can just see the black really does. Oh my gosh. So that is flashing like silver, purple, a little bit of blue. Those are really pretty. Okay, so these were the ovals, which was red. Wow, I did way too much. Oh my goodness. You can also use, whoop, that flew. You can use these little like side cutters, flush cutters, just to get the main bits off. Okay. I will fix this completely later, but for right now, I just really want you guys to see how amazing. Look at that. Look at that flash. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix these up, but I can fix them. All right, the next ones are gonna be the hearts, and these were done with the blue. All right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, 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 oh. I love them. They are flashing more of a blue-green to me, like almost a tealy, but love them. Those are gonna look so good fixed up. You guys, as hard as I tried not to overfill these, they got overfilled so bad. Oh well. All right, these were the green. This was the green. Very cool. Flashes of gold in there. Those are gonna make stunning earrings. Okay, last ones are the teardrop. All right, 1, 2, last ones, 3. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys, those are gorgeous. I'm not even a gold person. I don't even like gold, but those are so pretty. Oh, okay. Well, I am going to fix these up, and then I will add in a little ditty at the end of this video of these all nice and gorgeous. Now, a tip on, like I said, cleaning things up. You can use alcohol to wipe your molds down. You can use tape Please do not use soap and water. I still haven't found the explanation why. I just hear a lot of YouTubers saying do not clean your silicone molds with soap and water. So if you know why, give me the deets down below. Give me the details so I can understand it. All right, I think that's going to be it, guys. Like I said, I'll come in with another little photo showing you guys what these look like after I have fixed them all up and made them look pretty. All right, thanks guys for watching. Thank you so much. I know this was a long video, but I appreciate it. And if you're one of my returning subscribers, thank you so much for hanging in there with me as I'm going through these health challenges. But I hope every single one of you are having a very blessed day, and we will see you soon. Bye. All right, guys, I am back just to show you what these look like all cleaned up. I just used my little jewelry wire cutters and a glass nail file board, and I was able to get all of those little things off of the pieces, so I'm actually pretty happy about that. Now, I do not want to throw away the Dollar Tree chameleon powders. As you can see, they may not have applied how I wanted them to, but their effects are pretty cool, especially these. These with the red, purple, and blue chameleon powder. The black backing makes all the difference. That was my extra, it almost came out matte, but this was all my extra resin. But look at the back, excuse my nails. How pretty is that? I might just like UV resin the back. I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. It almost looks like a face in there. Okay, and then these were the Aurora powders from Temu. Now, obviously with the white backing, just like with the Dollar Tree ones, you have a different effect. So with the white backing on these, I did a purple, and you can't quite tell the effect of the purple, but you can see the green, the beautiful, that looks like a purpley red. Oh, so pretty. That is like a teal. These small squares were the silver, and there is definitely like flashes of purple in here. So pretty. And then we have the gold. So if you ask me right off the bat, I would say Temu. I think the way their effects came out over the black is just absolutely gorgeous, but I am not sad about the Dollar Tree chameleon powders. $3 for 4 grams of powder, 1 gram in each color. I think I can do a lot with that. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Temu wins, but the Dollar Tree wasn't terrible. All right, guys, let me know what you think of these, and hopefully this inspired you to do a little experimenting and go out and do some UV resin jewelry. I'm going to be making earrings out of these, studs on this side, and these will be the dangles. So, all right, have a blessed day, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.